Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV for round number 3 of the Plumwild podcast. Super late models presented by Northwest Racing Association. Tonight we come to you live from the virtual sprint car capital of the world, the Knoxville Raceway, to play host to another round of the series. A field of about 55 drivers have signed into the pit area for tonight, and boy, well, we have got qualifying on the program. We're going to see a total of 6 heat races on the program for tonight. So we're getting into qualifying. These drivers will have 3 minutes to set down the 2 best lap times. We take a look at one of the first drivers, Chase Barbara. First lap time with a 17.290. Tyler Clement in car number 97. Damien Kiefer goes quick time with a 17.105. Clement will see what he can do here, stopping the time with a 17.478. Hayden Tolleson driving the Sweet Victory. Majula C Speed Shop, car number 327 car. Damien Kiefer still setting the fastest lap. Jade Anderson, a sub tonight here with a 17.143. Tolleson goes second quick with a 17.125. A 17.125. Lap number 2 for Hayden Tolleson. Is it going to be better? It's not. He's going to stop it. He's going to pull it up as there is Joe Cease in car number 50, driving the speed range setups. Number 50 machine. The Warriors wraps with Joe Cease. Tyler Clement in car 97. 30th quick. Best lap with a 17.478. Desmond Busby with a 17.381. Driving the Hunt the Front Gaming number 82 machine. 17.381 is the best time for Desmond Busby. Mason Lobb in car number 28. We're coming to under the final minute of qualifying. And again, about 55 drivers signed into the pit area for tonight. Scott Dobbs in car number 29, driving the House of Speed. 3D Racing number 29 car. Scott Dobbs, lap number 1, 17.568. A 17.568. Cameron Kaysen on the racetrack. Cruz Cordell, 23rd quick. Kaysen. 52nd quick. Logan Hickerson on the racetrack. 6 heat races on the program for tonight. In round number 3, Kaysen driving the Majula C Speed Shop CFM Esports. Number 45 machine, in fact 18 machine. He's in 45th quick, and that is going to wrap up the qualifying session. Let's take a look at your qualifying results on screen. It is Chase Hardy, quick time with a 17.091. Damien Kiefer, Nathan Waddell, Hayden Tolleson, Jaden Anderson, your top 5. Connor New, all 5 of those drivers will start on pole of the respected heat races here tonight. 6 heats on the program, and it is going to be an absolute slugfest here tonight from the Knoxville Raceway. Let's take a look at your starting lineup. Heat race number 1 of the Plumwild podcast. Super late models presented by Northwest Racing Association. Chase Hardy in the 99 machine will start on pole. From 2, it's the 50 machine of Joe Cease from position number 2. Driving the 2 machine, Chance Carr lines up at a position number 3, and the 20 of Sean Pointer lines up at a position number 4. Tristan Coons-Grape lines up at the 14 machine from 5. Austin Holder will line up the 2 machine from position number 6. The 1 car of Jesse Entigan lines up at a position number 7. The 93 of Brett Corder lines up at a position number 8. And Scooter Black lining up the 5 machine from position number 9. We're going to take this opportunity right now to reload the timing and scoring screen, so you might not see it for the first lap. Chase Hardy has chose not to take the money, so we're just going to roll them up. No invert for tonight, so the prize we'll add it up to the prize pool for next week. So here we go. Green flag is out. Chase Hardy, Joe Cease. Green flag is out, and it's Chase Hardy to lead him down into turn number 102. Joe Cease runs in second. Here comes Sean Pointer to the outside of Chance Carr, watching Jesse Entigan work his way in the number 1 machine to battle for that third and final transfer spot, but it's Carr on the inside, Pointer on the outside. Top 3 will go through to the main event. Carr now comes to the inside of Joe Cease as they work down into turn number 1 and 2. Pointer gets into the back of Carr. Entigan involved. Austin Holder will go on by. We'll go yellow in heat race number 1. Take a look at an instant replay coming up. No, maybe we're not going to. All right. So no replay on that one, unfortunately, but see it all happen live. So heat race number 1, Plumwild podcast, super late models. 116 car of Chase Hardy. Started on pole, went quick time here this evening, opted to go and not take the money. So no invert. No heat races tonight. Looks like the lights might be out on the safety car. That in fact they are. So we'll get ready to do battle once again. Heat race number 1. 2 down, 8 to run. Hardy and Cease once again front row. Austin Holder now finds himself in that second and final, third and final transfer spot is Austin Holder. Here comes Koonsgrape to the outside. Jesse Enterkin, Koonsgrape. Well, he's into the guardrail into turn number 2 as we stay green. Enterkin looking to get that final transfer spot. Remember, Enterkin picked up the win in week number 1. Brett Cordell coming to the inside of Sean Pointer, but a chance car finds his way back around the 93 car as Austin Holder. Here comes Sean Pointer to the inside on Jesse Enterkin. Nearly makes contact there in the middle of turn number 3 and 4. Enterkin, Pointer, slide job nearly across the nose, didn't quite clear him, so that forces Enterkin a little bit higher on the racetrack on the exit of turn number 2. Here comes Chance Car now to the inside on Enterkin as they work side by side. Chase Hardy, your race leader. Brett Corbin now going to make it a 4-way dance for positions 4, 5, 6 and 7. And who knows, maybe Scooter Black is going to make it a 5-way battle for positions 5, make that 4 through to position number 8. Pointer, Enterkin, Cordell, Enterkin and Cordell, wheel to wheel, door panel to door panel down the front straight away. Cordell with a slider right up on the nose of the one machine of Jesse Enterkin. Enterkin turns it back underneath him, but Brett Cordell has got the 5th spot on the raceway down the back straight away. Your leader is Chase Hardy from Joe Cease. There is a less than 3/10 of a second separating those two guys. We come to 3 to run. Up front right now, and there is that battle for the race leaders. Chase Hardy looking to get the job done, looking to start on pole tonight's 50-lap main event. Hardy still gripped down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Joe sees 2 laps left to run here in heat race number 1 of 6. Your Plumwild podcast, Super Late Models, presented by Northwest Racing Association, round number 3 here at the Sprint Car capital of the world, the Knoxville Raceway. White flag is out, 1 lap left to go for Chase Hardy. Gee, he looks good. Through turn number 1 and 2, down the back straight away. Past the Ryan Clausen Sweet Tower, down into 3. Off for turn number 4. Checkered flag is out, and Chase Hardy goes from quick time to taking out heat race number 1 to start on pole of the 50-lap main events. We'll have heats 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 coming up in a few moments' time. Let's take a look at your finishing results. Plumwild podcast, Super Late Models. Heat number 1, Chase Hardy, Joe Cease, Austin Holder. To the A main, Brett Cordell, Sean Pointer, Chance Car, Scooter Black, Jesse Enterkin, Tristan Koonsgrape. Off to the B mains they go. Heat number 2 will line up like this. It's going to be Damien Kiefer to the pole position, to the outside of the front row. Chase Barbara, car number 223. Car number 23 from position number 2. Tanner Tomasi lines up the 09 machine from position number 3. A substitute driver here tonight, Stephen Gaines, lining up at a position number 4. Your 5th starter in car number 32, that'll be Christopher Joy. To the outside, Sean Crossike. In the 8 machine, he'll start from position number 6. Your 7th starter in car 12, that'll be Trevor Mead. From 8, it's the 44 of Andrew Bowman. And your 9th and final starter, Jacob DeBoer, in car number 13, lining up at a position number 9. And just like that, we go heat racing action, heat race number 2. Damien Kiefer and Chase Barbara. Plumwild podcast. Heat race number 2, presented by Northwest Racing Association. We are green. It'll be Kiefer to lead down into turn number 1. It's still going to be Kiefer leading off turn number 2. Gaines has gotten around the outside of Tanner Tomasi, but now the battle is on for the race lead. Barbara to the inside of Kiefer as they work off for turn number 4. It's going to be Damien Kiefer. Here comes Stephen Gaines now trying to throw his hat in the mix right now. Barbara, Gaines, Tomasi all went right through the middle of the racetrack through 1 and 2, where Kiefer, he was running like a little bit of a mini slider line now. Barbara just tucks in line behind the back bumper of that Zero Machine. The entry of Damien Kiefer, your race leader. Barbara, well, there was contact there with Kiefer. Gaines had to check up. Tomasi goes to the inside. Some issues there for the 07 machine of Stephen Gaines, but there goes Tomasi to the inside of Barbara. This is your battle for second and third. Barbara's got second. Tomasi moves into position number 3. Poor old Stephen Gaines back to the pit. Some issues there, forcing the 07 machine to retire. Some mechanical issues. Barbara still coming after Damien Kiefer for the race lead. The winner of this one starts alongside Chase Hardy on the front row of tonight's 50-lap main event. Christopher Joy runs in 4th position. Andrew Bowman rounds out your top 5. Trevor Mead, Sean Crossike, Jacob Tabor. The 8 cars left on the racetrack as Stephen Gaines found his way back to the pits. Meanwhile, Chase Barbara cuts it back down to the inside at the start-finish line. A few 1,000th of a second, all that separated Kiefer and Barbara. Slider and a short slider there was from Barbara. Kiefer turned it back underneath him. Now Tomasi comes underneath. Not only Chase Barbara, but he comes under Damien Kiefer, and Tomasi looking for the race lead. 6 down slider coming from Tomasi, pucks it on the nose of Damien Kiefer. He gets into the back of now Chase Barbara. Christopher Joy moves his way into position number 3. Chase Hardy has already got himself a front row starting spot. It's a matter of who's going to start on the outside of the front row, and it might just be Chase Barbara. He takes the lead there on lap number 7. 3 laps left to run. Kiefer back down to the inside. Here comes Christopher Joy trying to work it to the outside. Tanner Tomasi comes back to the inside. 3 wide for the final 2 transfer positions. Second, third, and fourth. 3 wide. Tomasi, Kiefer, and Joy. Tomasi had second, and now in comes Aaron Bowman in the 44 machine. Trevor Mead right there with him as well. Joy back to the inside. What a battle this is. Heat race number 2. Joy, Tomasi side by side. Tomasi on the outside. Joy on the inside at the line. Give it to Tomasi. Trying to shut the door down into turn number 1. Joy forces the door back open as they work down the back straightaway. Final time. It's going to be Chase Barbara winning heat race number 2. Slider from Tomasi on Joy. Joy turns it back underneath it. They race off for turn number 4. Who's it going to be? Oh my! Tomasi and Christopher Joy. Thousandths of a second separate heat race number 2. Getting the win was Chase Barbara. Damien Kiefer. Tanner Tomasi gets it by 36 1,000th of a second over Christopher Joy. Trevor Mead, Aaron Bowman, Sean Crossike, Jacob Tabor, Stephen Gaines, drivers in heat race number 2. What a way to start the opening 2 heat race, and we've still got 4 to come. On pole with heat race number 3 of the Plumwild podcast, Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association, is going to be the man. The Plumwild podcast, number 5 machine, Nathan Waddell. On his outside, the 48 machine, Dylan Yeager lines up at a position number 2. The 5 entry of Andrew Clark rolls off at a position number 3. Caleb Durgan in car number 157. He'll go to the 4 starting position. Cameron King lines up the 92 from position number 5, and the 97 of Tyler Clement lines up at a position number 6. Your 7 starter, car number 23, that'll be Thomas Vickers. Cameron Caston in the 18. He'll start from position number 8. And rolling off the 747 entry, that is Tyson Banks, will start position number 9. Crazy. Heat race number 2 is exactly right, Aston. Heat number 3, we've still got heats 3, 4, 5, and 6, followed by a B main to warm-up session, and then our 50-lap main event to come later on. Heat race number 3, Nathan Waddell, Dylan Yeager. We come to the green flag, a pair of fires on the inside, 2 rows, and just like that, it's going to be Nathan Waddell along with Andrew Clark. So that's the 5s getting the jump on the inside. Yeager will go back to position number 3 now. puts attack mode, 3 wide for the race lead. Clark through the middle. Waddell upstairs. Jaeger on the bottom side, still 3 wide as they work down the front straight. Now it's 2 wide down into turn number 1 and 2. Clark on the inside in the black, gold and red number 5 machine. But here comes Caleb Durgan in the 157, coming after the 48 driver of Dylan Jaeger. Waddell still holds on to the race lead. Jaeger still found his way in the third and final transfer position, but watching your top 6 just go nose to tail through turn number 1 and 2. Lap number 3 about to be in the books. Andrew Clark getting a little tight. He's going to lose the transfer position, is he? He's lost second, and now he's lost third at the line. Give it to Caleb Durgan. Durgan look to slide it from the bottom to the middle. Leave a lane on the outside there for the 5 car of Andrew Clark. The 97 of Clement gets into the back of Durgan, is now working to the inside of Clement. Is the 18 machine of Cameron Kaysen as they work side by side. Meanwhile, new race leader, it's Dylan Jaeger. Waddell gives up the race lead as Jaeger goes from the bottom to the top, and Jaeger now holding on to the number 1 position. He'll work it upstairs, nearly 3 wide again for the race lead. Jaeger, Waddell, Clark. It's Jaeger and Waddell, 1 and 2 right now. Halfway home here in heat race number 3. 5 down, 5 to run past the Brian Clausen Sweet Tower. As you watch Caleb Durgan, the 157, the black and red machine, dive down to the inside. Waddell trying to keep it down low. Through 3 and 4, he'll come up across the nose of the 5 machine. That is Andrew Clark. Tyler Clement trying to put the move there on Caleb Durgan down into 1 and 2, but Durgan just gives him a big don't argue and says, no, don't even think about it. He wants that one. Durgan coming after Waddell on the low side, but here comes Clark. Waddell trying to come after your race leader, the 48 car of Dylan Jaeger, and now they work it side by side in the middle of turn number 1 and 2. Jaeger has got the run. Clark to the outside on Waddell. They'll banging door panels as here comes Waddell getting a little tight, trying to throw a slider there on the 5, getting cleared 3 wide as they work down into turn number 1 and 2. The pair of 5 shut the door on Caleb Durgan. Lap and a half to go. Clement into the wall. Vickers as here goes Kaysen down to the inside. Clement, he's into the guardrail. White flag is out. 1 lap left to go. Heat race number 3. Boy, the heat races have been phenomenal so far. Jaeger has got the lead. Waddell into the side of Clark, and Clark is going to be outside of a transfer position. Clark's going to finish at the back of the field. Checkered flag is out. Dylan Jaeger going to win heat race number 3. Second will go to Nathan Waddell. Caleb Durgan will come home in position number 4. Oh, you're going to wonder if there will be any post-race penalties for that one. Clark along with Waddell. It was contact in turns number 1 and 2. Let's take a look. We wait for the session to roll over. There we go. Results coming up. Dylan Jaeger, Nathan Waddell, Caleb Durgan will be your top 3. Thomas Vickers, Cameron Kaysen your top 5. Banks, King, Clark and Clement. Off to the B mains they go. Heat number 4 lining up like this. Hayden Tolson lines up the 327 machine from pole. The 46 of Diesel Jones lining up at a position number 2. Your second row inside and outside, it's cooking up a storm. It's the chef for Bob Klein from position number 3. From 4, it's the 20 car of Colton Zimmer. Your 5th starter in car number 28, that'll be Mason Lobb from 6 to 99 of Tristan Sykes. Your 7th starter in car number 51 is Ashton Farr from 8, driving car number 29, that's Scott Dobbs. And your 9th and final starter in car number 46, the back row all to himself, that is Robert Overstreet. Heat number 4 on the raceway. Hayden Tolleson and Diesel Jones. Bring us into turn number 3. And we're going to send him around one more time. We just like to make things just a little bit anticlimactic. So there's your field rolling through just then. So there is your 9 cars. So Tolleson, the 327, the 46 of Jones. Klein in the 7, Zimmer in the 20, Lobb in the 28, Sykes in the 99. You go back to Ashton Farr in car 51, Scott Dobbs, car 29, and Robert Overstreet in car number 46. So working to turn number 3. Pace car is off the racing surface. Heat race number 4. Well, the outside line of Diesel Jones trying to get a jump there on your pole sitter of Hayden Jones. Into turn number 1 and 2, and Bob Klein going to go to the race lead. Klein, Tollison. Tollison's got the race lead back. Jones coming after Zimmer once again down into 3 and 4. Your battle is still on for the first 2 positions right now. Klein gets up in front of the 46 car of Diesel Jones as Jones sends it back underneath the black, green and white number 7 car. Oh, Colton Zimmer into the wall. Mason Lobb into the wall. We should be going yellow. No yellow at the moment, so we're going to stay green. So lap number 2 is in the books, and your top 3, well, they've got a second and a half over 4th place driver Robert Overstreet from 9th to 4th with a bit of luck. You're watching top 3 on screen: Tollison, Klein, and Jones. Klein coming after Hayden Tollison. Slide job for the race lead down into turn number 1, off for corner number 2, past the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. They went past the Brian Clausen sweet town. It was Hayden Tollison back to the inside of turn number 3, back to the guardrail, off for corner number 4, and here comes Bob Klein trying to cook up a victory here in heat race number 4. Tollison, Jones will go back to the inside. They'll run nose to tail down the back straight away. Jones is going to go upstairs. Will he use the cut down line? No, he's going to stay committed to the top shelf. Into turns 3, off for corner number 4. And it's still Hayden Tollison leading by just a few 1,000ths of a second. Jones, here he comes to the inside. Going to go from 3rd to 1st. Bob Klein coming back at Diesel Jones now. They made contact into turn number 3. Tollison now to the inside, and Bob Klein. And in your top 3, meanwhile, they're all got a transfer position. They're racing for better starting spots in tonight's 50-lap main event. Tollison back with a slider there on Diesel Jones. Bob Klein can do nothing but now watch these 2 guys go at it as the pair made contact. And now Bob Klein checks up. He tries to stabs the brakes, turns it back underneath Diesel Jones. What a battle, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. If they're not careful, if they keep making the contact, it may just bring in the 46 car of Robert Overstreet. But as now they just sort of separate themselves just a little bit. With 2 to run, Diesel Jones caught the cushion. He jumped the cushion, in fact, and nearly got into the guardrail. That could really hurt the performance of that number 46 machine, the Speed Ranch. Number 46. Tollison, your race leader from Bob Klein. Problems as Tristan Sykes and Mason Lobb out of heat race number 4. Dobbs is a lap down. He'll finish 3 laps down. Moving 2 laps down in heat race number 4. Final time for the 327 car of Hayden Tollison as he works his way down into turn number 3. About to come off turn number 4, the Sweet Victory Apparel, the Jeweler C Speed Shop number 327 machine. Hayden Tollison is going to go to victory lane in heat race number 4. So wait for the final cars to come across the start-finish line unofficially at the moment. Hayden Tollison gets the win over Bob Klein and Diesel Jones. That, for the moment, is your unofficial top 3. We'll make it official right now. Hayden Tollison, Bob Klein, Diesel Jones are going to the show. The big dance. Robert Overstreet nearly catches Diesel Jones after Jones pulling somewhat of a well, politely put it, a silly move. Overstreet, Zimmer, Farr, Dobbs, Lobb, and Syke, the 9 drivers. Heat number 5 lining up this way. Jaden Anderson, the substitute driver tonight, will line up the 33 from pole. The 21 of Lyndon Whitfield lines up at a position number 2. Peyton Burton lines up the 14 from position number 3. The 55 of Cruz Cordell lines up at a position number 4. From 5, it's the 92 of Tristan Lauder-Sewer. From 6 to 17 of Connor Doherty. From 7, Rodney Guard in car number 1, 2, 3. Out of 8 will be the 45 of Sean Smith. And Logan Hickerson lines up the 98 from position number 9. Pace car is in, and we are racing. Jaden Anderson got a good jump on the field. Peyton Burton, what can he do in the 14 car? there with Lyndon Whitfield. Lauder still makes it 3 wide on the inside. Now we'll make it 4 wide for the final transfer positions. 3 wide down the back straight away. Lyndon Whitfield just gets himself a little bit of breathing space into position number 2. Here comes Peyton Burton around the outside of Cruz Cordell. Cordell trying to shut the door. Tristan Laudersil, they make contact down into 1. And they both keep it going as Peyton Burton now moves back into position number 3. The 45 of Sean Smith gets past Tristan Laudersil for positions number 5 and 6. Cordell coming after Peyton Burton in the 14 machine. Cruz Cordell in the 55. He's 1 spot out of a transfer at the moment. Lyndon Whitfield, Peyton Burton hold on to the final 2 spots as Jaden Anderson, your race leader. Cruz Cordell once again coming after Peyton Burton through turn number 3 and 4. 3 laps into the books here in heat race number 5. Penultimate heat race of the night. 3 wide in the middle of turn number 1 and 2. Whitfield on the outside. Burton was in the middle and Cordell was on the inside. Cruz Cordell in car 55. Boy, I tell you what, he's got some speed here at the Knoxville Raceway. Comes to the inside of turn number 1 and 2. Burton back around the outside, so the outside line just prevailing at the moment. Lyndon Whitfield still holding on to the runner-up spot. Cruz Cordell, slider there on Peyton Burton. And the perfect slide job does exist because it just happened just then. Now Cordell going to go into protective mode. 3 wide once again just for a brief moment through the middle of 1 and 2. Whitfield has gotten clear of Cruz Cordell. That'll put Peyton Burton to the outside looking in, but Cruz Cordell, he's not content with third just yet. He comes up the second place driver, Lyndon Whitfield, in car number 21. Cordell down to the inside of turn number 1. He catches the berm. Lyndon Whitfield just grabs the cushion and rockets around the outside of the 55 machine. Cordell still driving it deep into turn number 3. Off the corner number 4. Mid-track he goes. Lyndon Whitfield. Half a car length separating the pair as they work down into turn number 1. Cruz Cordell, another slider on Lyndon Whitfield. And once again, that's 2 good sliders in heat race number 5. Whitfield trying to come back at Cruz Cordell through turn number 3 as they work off turn number 4. It's the Gravedigger number 33 car of Jaden Anderson, your race leader. And again, very close to a dead heat at the line between Cruz Cordell and Lyndon Whitfield. But now Cruz Cordell gets clear of Whitfield down the back straightaway. White flag getting set to fly, and you dare say that little mistake. The slider may be coming here in the final 2 laps as Cruz Cordell goes down to the inside there on Jaden Anderson. But Anderson, he's got enough speed and momentum to carry through turn number 1 and 2 that he's not going to have to worry about the slider. He will go to protective mode. Protective mode into turn number 3. Checkered flag is out. Jaden Anderson gets the win. Jaden Anderson for the win. Heat race number 5. Cruz Cordell home in second. Third is going to be Lyndon Whitfield. We'll make it official. Anderson, Cordell, Whitfield, your top 3. Burton, Laudersil, Guard, Hickerson, Doherty, and Smith for the drivers to contest. Heat race number 5. Heat number 6 lining up like this. Connor New lines up the 10 machine from pole position. Colton Herbert lines up the 12 machine from position number 2. From 3 over the 02 machine of Nick Baum. From 4 it's the 23 of Matt George. From 4 it's the 82 of Desmond Busby. From 6 the 10 of Jason Salter. From 7 Carson Friedman, car number 3. From 8 it's the 49 of Zachary Nemitz. And your 9th and final starter in car number 43, that is Devon Ferguson. Final heat race of the evening here at the Knoxville Raceway before we move into Constellation Racing. Who will take out round number 3 of the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models presented by NWRA, the Northwest Racing Association? Well, time will tell. Heat number 6, we are green here at the sprint car capital of the world. It'll be Connor New to launch away from the field. Desmond Busby already looking to the inside of Nick Baum as they work through 1 and 2. Matt George in car number 23 just has to check up there. And now here comes Carson Friedman, Jason Salter. They both go to the inside of Matt George in car number 23. Busby all over the back of Nick Baum. To the top of the racetrack they go through turn number 1 and turn number 2. Nick Baum just railed the cushion. Catching the guardrail there on the back straightaway. Here comes Busby again. He'll go right through the middle of the raceway. But Nick Baum's got some speed on the top of the raceway. Herbert goes low into turn number 1 through turn 2. He'll be mid-track. He'll now slide it up to the guardrail. But again, it's that momentum on the outside that is catching the 12 machine. So Barm and Busby in the 02 and the 82. They just seem to be working with one another right now. But here comes Desmond Busby with a slide job for third on Nick Barm. Barm now comes back underneath in your race for the final transfer spot is on. Barm will return the favour down into turn number 3. In fact, not going to slide it up all the way. He'll leave a lane on the outside for Desmond Busby, but Nick Barm has position number 3 at the start-finish line. Now the slide is going to be thrown. So return serve a lap later. Halfway home next time by for your race leader, Connor New. Colton Herbert coming after him. Desmond Busby with a move there on Nick Barm, watching this battle for third and fourth on screen, but now watching that battle for the race lead. Here comes Colton Herbert there on Connor New. New made the mistake, and New around the outside of Herbert. Boy, getting very tight there on the exit of turn number 2. It's on right now for first, second, third, and fourth position. Although Busby just gets clear, Salter trying to put the moves on Jason Salter. Vice versa, Salter putting the moves on Matt George, I should say. Busby in car 82, the front gaming number 82 machine, closing in on the back of the 12 entry of Colton Herbert with just 3 laps left to go. 1.5 miles around the Knoxville Raceway. Herbert again down low through turn number 1. He sends it above the slick off turn number 2, so using a real long slider line in 1 and 2, and he's going to do the same thing in 3 and 4. These drivers have done quite the number of laps around the Knoxville Raceway. Connor New not once but twice just catches the caution, and the car just had to straighten up a bit. Here comes Desmond Busby now down to the inside there on Colton Herbert as they work into 3 and 4. Nick Barm, he's right there. A little mistake from Busby or Herbert will give an opportunity for Nick Barm as now Desmond Busby. Boy, I tell you what, he's leaving his run too late. The long slider there from Herbert trying to go on Busby, but Busby around the outside, and now Busby coming up to Connor New. Final time down into turn number 3, off for corner number 4. Connor New, Desmond Busby. Who's it going to be? Connor New. Connor New will get the win. Connor New will win heat race number 6. Let's take a look at those official results coming up on screen. New, Busby and Herbert will go 1, 2 and 3. Barm in 4, Salter in 5th. We'll go back to Matt George, Carson Friedman, Devin Ferguson and Zachary Nemitz. That will be the drivers that will contest heat race number 6. 3 B-mains on the program, all 15 laps. And top 2 going through to tonight's main event. Let's take a look at B-main number 1. Your lineup will look like this. Brett Cordell lines up the 93 from pole. Robert Overstreet in car number 46 from 2. From 3, it'll be car number 20 of Sean Pointer. From 4, it's car number 20 of Colton Zimmer. The 2 of Chance Carr lines up at a position number 5, and the 51 of Ashton Farr will start from position number 6. The 5 of Scooter Black lines up at a position number 7. From 8, car 29 of Scott Dobbs. From 9, it's the 1 of Jesse Endigan. From 10, it's the 28 of Mason Lobb. Tristan Koonsgrape lines up the 14 from 11, and Tristan Sykes will line up the 99 from position number 12. B-main time is upon us, and the green flag is out. 15 laps is on the board as they work down into turn number 1 and 2. Overstreet finding himself in second. Battle on for third, fourth and fifth. Zimmer, Pointer and car 3 wide down the front straightaway to complete lap number 1. There's still another 14 laps to go. It's going to be Brett Cordell over Robert Overstreet. Car to the inside of Zimmer. Battle on once again for third and fourth. There's also battle on for fifth, sixth and seventh. Pointer, Dobbs and Farr. Zimmer's got third down the back straightaway. Brett Cordell, I tell you what, he's off. He's in another zip code right now as he has got over a second leader's car. got the inside berm. Now here comes Colton Zimmer to the inside of Robert Overstreet. Zimmer with a slide job at Overstreet. Overstreet's now got a chance to come back in. Now Carr on the inside. We'll go 3 wide for the final transfer spot. Chance Carr and Colton Zimmer. It was very close at the start-finish. I'm not sure who had it, but it's going to be now Colton Zimmer and Chance Carr. A lap ago, they were behind the 46 car of Robert Overstreet. Overstreet went from 9th to 4th in his heat race. Carr now on the outside looking in. 5 down, 10 to run. Zimmer through the middle. Carr again trying to rail the cushion to the top side of the racetrack. Past the Ryan Clausen, Sweet Tower they go. Zimmer trying to shut the door on Carr, so Zimmer has to run the slider line, forcing Carr to run the bottom side all the way through turn number 3 and 4. Zimmer's got it by half. The car length will go yellow, and a 1.2 second lead for Brett Caudle will now get taken away. Will go yellow. Scooter Black in the 5 machine. Not even sure if that's the reason for the caution. Oh, Robert Overstreet maybe. Yeah, there it is, Robert Overstreet. Just stopped. So unfortunately, Scooter Black into the pits. Robert Overstreet out of the event as well. So B main at number 1. So 3 B mains on the program, all 15 laps. And again, top 2 will transfer into the main event, making a 24 car field for your 50 lap main event later on tonight. Green flag comes back out here in B main number 1. Brett Caudle leads from Colton Zimmer. That's your top 2 at the moment. Chance Carr, Jesse Enterkin. Enterkin picked up the win in week number 1 at Glenville Speedway. Struggling right now here at the Knoxville Raceway. Things just not going the way of the number 1 machine as he finds himself sitting back down to position number 4. Carr closing in right now on Colton Zimmer down into turn number 3. Enterkin runs the slide line. Brett Caudle, your race leader. We're past half race distance. Sean Pointer bringing the 20 car infield. That'll be his night done and dusted. So 9 cars left on the lead lap here in B main at number 1. There's your top 3 on screen. Brett Caudle, Colton Zimmer and Chance Carr. Then a little bit of a gap back to Jesse Enterkin. Scott Dobbs, who's now just been passed there by Mason Lobb. So Dobbs will go back to 6th position. Lobb will move himself into a top 5. But again, it's only the top 2 that are going to advance into tonight's main event. Brett Caudle now under some pressure. Chance Carr, Colton Zimmer. If they work with one another, Brett Caudle just catches the infield berm. And there goes Zimmer. There goes Carr. They work together and they get the 2 transfer positions just like that. And Brett Caudle, after having a 1.3 second lead just before the yellow come out, he is now on the outside looking in. It just goes to show you that things can go from great to worse. 4 remaining for your race leader in car number 20, Colton Zimmer. Watching the Hunt the Front Gaming number 2 machine of Chance Carr. Just again fends off the challenge from the 93 car of Brett Caudle, who led probably 9 and a bit laps of this B main. Mason Lobb quickly closing in as Jesse Enterkin will fall back to position number 5 with just 3 laps left to run. And your top 2 just seems to have had themselves sorted out and for fighting for the majority of this 12 and a bit lap B main event. They find themselves running 1st and 2nd and probably not needing to do anything silly right now. They know that the big job at hand was just to get inside the top 2. Meanwhile, they were fighting for the positions earlier on. Now they know that they're both in a transfer spot. They probably just go, Chance Carr probably just sitting here going, well, you know what, Colton, you can have first. Just don't screw up, because if you screw up, then we're going to have a problem. White flag is out. 1 lap left to go. Chance Carr, does he make a move here on the final lap? My guess would be no, but who knows? I could be wrong. I thought I was wrong once, but I was mistaken. Back straight away for the final time. Colton Zimmer down into turn number 3. Off for corner number 4. Checkered flag is out. Colton Zimmer advancing to your B main. Chance Car will also advance to the A main as well. Colton Zimmer takes home B main number 1 victory. Chance Car second. Take a look at the results for B main number 1 on your screen right now. Colton Zimmer gets the win over Chance Car. Those two drivers, we see them later on tonight. Then you go back to Brett Caudle, Mason Lobb, Jesse Enting and Ashton Farr, Scott Dobbs, Tristan Coons Grape alongside Tristan Sykes, Scooter Black make up your top 10. Sean Pointer and Robert Overstreet, the 12 drivers in that one. B main number 2 lining up like this. It'll be Christopher Joy lining up the 32 machine from pole to the outside of the front row. Peyton Burton lines up the 14 from position number 2. Trevor Mead lines up the 12 from 3. The 92T of Tristan Laudersua lines up at a position number 4. And the 44 of Aaron Bowman at a position number 5. And the 1-2-3 of Rodney Gard from position number 6. From 7, the 8 of Sean Crawsyke. From 8, the 98 of Logan Hickerson. From 9, Jacob Tamorin, car number 13. The 17 of Connor Doherty out of position number 10. From 11, it's the 07 of Stephen Gaines. From 12, it's the 45 of Sean Smith. Ready to go racing. Races are done. Hello, Richard. Welcome everybody into Ultimate Dirt TV. Live across the social media pages. We are green flag action, B main number 2. And again, 15 laps are on the board. And it's only the top 2 that will advance. Burton, Mead, Laudersua. Mead comes to the inside of Burton now. Burton around the 12, as does Laudersua. Gets around. Keep an eye on Logan Hickerson in the 98. But also try and keep an eye on that 07 machine of Stephen Gaines. Laudersua, Burton will battle it out once again for second and third position, just like what we've seen in B main number 1. It's going to be that battle on for the transfer position. Getting away out in front early is Christopher Joy. Peyton Burton runs in second position. Laudersua back to position number 3. Hickerson to the inside of Rodney Gard for 4th and 5th spot. Then you go back to Gaines, Bowman. They were side by side. Stephen Gaines in that 07 machine trying to come through the field. Had some problems in his heat races. He was forced out earlier on. Now means he had to come from the back row of this B main. And he's got to find himself inside the top 2. If he can get by Logan Hickerson for position number 4, Hickerson trying to shut the door, but Gaines is going to force that door open to the inside. They will not keep it off one another. And Logan Hickerson says, you know what, that's okay. I'll just go give you straight into the wall. We are yellow. So the car's just coming together here on the front straightaway. So Gaines just not getting clear of the 97 car, the 98 car. DeVore comes in the 13. Sean Crawsyke involved in that one as well. See that Cocky Floyd consultant. Number 7 machine, the speed wrench on the side of that car just comes together. That performance extras, number 98 machine, again just getting a good look at how all this unfolded in turn number 1 and 2. I tell you what, Trevor Mead luckily to get away with minimal damage on that one. So Gaines will go to the back of the field. Lights are out. Joy, your pole sitter from Burton, outside front row. Coming back to green, we are, and we're back underway. Main event time is not too far away, but your B main event is back underway. Laudersua tried the inside, 3 wide, look out, contact with the 17 car of Connor Doherty. And I believe it was the 12 of Trevor Mead. They come together there on the back straightaway. Problems with the 45 entry of Sean Smith. Just some mechanical issues starting to creep into the 45. Meanwhile, challenges on and a pass there for that final transfer position. It's going to be Tristan Laudersua who moves in down to position number 2. Peyton Burton, he'll get shuffled back to position number 3. for your B-main, your second B-main of the night. As Sean Smith tries to run the little slider line, the bottom side starting to get locked down. I dare say we could see a track reset after the third and final B-main to give us a fresh little racetrack for that A-main. Oh, Burton just gets into the left rear quarter panel there of Tristan Laudersu, and now trying to somewhat return the favour maybe. So a receipt being given to the 92 from the 14 as Burton now drives a little deeper down into turn number 3 again, forcing Tristan Laudersu into the top side of the racetrack. But it's still going to be Laudersu to hold on to position number 2. And again, Burton still tries the inside line, but Laudersu makes it work on the outside. Christopher Joy, your race leader. 1/3 of the race distance left in this B-main. He comes off turn number 4. The Majula C Speed Shop number 32 car of Christopher Joy leads with 5 to 1. He's led since the drop of the green flag. Laudersu runs in second, Burton in third, Sean Smith in fourth. Then you go back to Trevor Mead rounding out your top 5. Logan Hickerson in the 98 in 6th position. Stephen Gaines in 7th. Remember, those two cars come together there in that early caution. So about 5 or 6 laps to go. As Gaines will go to work on the outside of the racetrack through 1 and 2. Gets clear of the 98 of Logan Hickerson, and now forces Logan Hickerson to move back to position number 7. 3 laps left to run here in B-main number 2. Gaines is going to go down to the inside. Tell you what, Gaines, if he had a few more laps, if he didn't go back to the back end of the field for the second time, if he didn't have to start at the back for the second time in this B-main, you'd almost think about putting some money on Stephen Gaines transferring. But right now, with just 2 laps left to run, I think time is really starting to run out as he works the inside of Trevor Mead. Mead in car number 12. You can see the 45 of Sean Smith just in front of them. He's sitting in position number 4. It's not going to matter for 4th on back. It's not even going to matter for Peyton Burton right now for 3rd. The man that runs in 3rd in the number 14 machine. There he is on screen. White flag is out. 1 lap left to go for your race leader of Christopher Joy, who has already worked his way down into turn number 3 and about to make his way off turn number 4. From start to finish, he is going to be Joe, but he's going to be filled with joy. He gets the win here in B-main number 2, leading all 15 laps. Tristan Laudersu will come home in 2nd spot. Unofficial, those results about to be official here for B-main number 2. Those results will be Christopher Joy gets the win. Tristan Laudersu will come home in 2nd spot. Those 2 drivers lock themselves into your 50-lap main event. And well, the final preliminary race on the cards is about to happen. Let's take a look at your B-main number 3 starting lineup. And speaking of, it's got a 3 in there. It's the 23 of Thomas Vickers from pole. The 02 of Nick Baum lining up out of position number 2. The 18 of Cameron Kaysen lines up out of position number 3. The 10 of Jason Salter starts position number 4. Position number 5 with the 747 car of Tyson Banks from 6. It's car number 23 of Matt George. Cameron King lines up the 92 from 7. From 8, it's car number 3 of Carson Friedman. From 9 in car number 5, showed some good car speed earlier on. It'll be Andrew Clark to come from inside the 5th row. From position number 10 in car number 43, Devin Ferguson. And your final 2 starters in car number 97 from 11, it's Tyler Clement. And from position number 12, Zachary Nemitz in car number 49. Pace car is off. We are green already down into turn number 1. As Thomas Vickers is going to lead us. Keep an eye on Cameron Kaysen. Working to the inside right now on Cameron Kaysen. On the inside of Jason Salter. Salter going upstairs. Vickers upstairs. But it's Baum along with Kaysen to work to the inside. Lap number 1 will belong to the 23 car of Thomas Vickers. Look out, the 97 of Tyler Clement there. Just stopped. So problems for the 97. We'll see what happens here on an instant replay. And Walt just parks it up in front of the 43 car, goes around, and then just figures, well, you know what, to get a caution. Just waiting there. Just waiting for a mate. Probably not the smartest idea on that one. I believe he is pretty sure he has just been Thomas Meserold. I'm pretty sure he has just been ejected from the building. let me just fix up one thing. So I can confirm Tyler Clement has been ejected from the building here in B main competition. He will take no further part in tonight's race. Round number 3 of the Plumwild podcast, Super Late Models, presented by Northwest Racing Association. Don't forget, tomorrow night, it is going to be the Dergy Dig Performance Big Block Modifieds. Live with Joe White and OSR Network, OSR Ren, live from 10 o'clock Eastern. Then we'll come back on Wednesday night with the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Model Series, 10 o'clock, make that 11 o'clock Eastern on Wednesday night. And then Thursday night to wrap up the week with the Northwest Racing Association, 10 o'clock Eastern. The Pure Stock Street Stock schedules live with Joe White, once again, OSR Network, OSR Ren, whatever you like to be. Either way, you can find him on social media. Here we go. Green flag is back out. Vickers went straight to the top side. Nick Baum went straight to the low side. Salter to the outside of Cameron Kaysen, looking for third as they work down into turn number 3. Nick Baum coming after Vickers, realizing wasn't going to clear the sludge. Here comes the 5 of Andrew Clark. Meanwhile, Kaysen moves into the final transfer position. He'll move to position number 2. But again, it was that 5 I spoke earlier about. Showed some promise in one of the heat races before getting caught up with Nathan Waddell, which forced the 5 car of Andrew Clark to have to run through the third and final B main. Baum back to the inside on Cameron Kaysen. Slider from Baum, run on the snoot of the 18 machine of Kaysen. Kaysen goes back underneath him. Clark into the wall. Clark goes around right front off that race car. Will go yellow. Andrew Clark, it is just not your night tonight. Just caught the wall by himself, but unfortunately, you see the 10 car of Jason Salter just come in and had nowhere to go. It was just an innocent bystander in the 10 machine, the front end. After getting sucked into the wall, the rear end of that race car, the number 5, the Elite Performance Industries, number 5 just came across the front end of the 10 machine. And unfortunately, we see the Andrew Clark entry. We come back live. It's seen better days. Race cars, they can be fixed, and just like that, they are fixed. However, he's going to have to go to the tail end of the field. So B main number 3. Back underway, final B main is upon us, and already we're going to go 3 wide for the race lead. Vickers, Baum and Kaysen. Vickers has got it. Baum's got second. Kaysen back to position number 3. Jason Salter back to the low side he goes. Keep an eye on the 10 machine of Jason Salter. Matt George slowly sneaking his way into a top 5, and he might just have a chance at picking up a podium position. But it's Vickers, Baum, Kaysen, Salter and George. 1 through to 5 on your screen from left to right as they work down into 3 and 4. And again, we're almost half race distance in your third and final B main. Watching Cameron Kaysen in car number 18. Fending off the challenge from the D1RT number 10 machine of Jason Salter. Nick Baum again working low through 1 and 2. He'll work to the low side once again into turn number 3 and 4. Vickers upstairs, sending it above the slick line. Getting the moisture with all tyres above the slick on the exit of turn number 4. Kaysen trying to make it 3 wide on the exit of turn number 2 and even through the middle of 1 and 2. But Vickers, not once but twice, just gets a little piece of the guardrail. Just seeing if it's going to move out just a little bit. But I can tell you right now, Vickers, it ain't going to move no matter how many times you try and hit it. Battle for second and third. Baum slides up in front of Kaysen. Forces Cameron Kaysen down to the inside. Kaysen's got second down into turn number 3. Kaysen trying to put the slider there on Vickers for the race lead. But now Nick Baum comes after Kaysen. But it's still going to be Cameron Kaysen holding on to position number 2. 1 car into the wall. I think that's Matt George in car number 23 it is. And George, unfortunately, here comes Baum. Nearly 3 wide for the lead. We are. And it's only for a few moments. Balm and Kaysen. Kaysen has got it with 4 to run. Balm slides up in front of Kaysen. Kaysen off the throttle and turns it back underneath the O2 machine, but Thomas Vickers out in front. And if I'm Thomas Vickers, I still don't feel comfortable right now. Here comes Kaysen, trying to force the 23 car of Thomas Vickers into a mistake. And Nick Balm still now on the outside looking in. He needs to wait for a miracle to happen. He's only got 2.5 laps left to go to get by either the 18 of Cameron Kaysen or the 23 of Thomas Vickers. Clark coming back into it, into 4th position, and boy, you just love to see a yellow just to give Andrew Clark another opportunity. Meanwhile, right on the cushion through 1 and 2, here comes Nick Balm with a run down the back straightaway. 3 wide down into turn number 3 and 4 on the penultimate lap. Who will it be? White flag is out. 1 lap left to go. Can Thomas Vickers hold on? Balm will go to the cushion. Clark is there with him again through 1 and 2. Clark to the outside of Balm. I think that's going to be enough. Clark, he's going to throw the big slider into turn number 3. No, he's going to lose an opportunity there. He gets into the back of Nick Balm and takes all the opportunity out of the hands of the O2 machine. But for now, it's going to be Thomas Vickers and Cameron Kaysen. Andrew Clark in that Elite Performance Industry is just trying to intentionally wreck Nick Balm in the O2 machine. And you hate to see it. When it's not your night, it's not your night. Your B main is done. Your 3rd B main of the night is done and dusted. We'll get to take a look at your official results here, the Plumwild Podcast. Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association here. B main number 3 results are upon us. We do have a fresh racetrack, and these guys will head out onto the racing surface. Thomas Vickers gets the final, and gets the win in B main number 3. Cameron Kaysen will get that final transfer position for Carson Freeman. Unfortunately, we send packing along with Tyson Banks, Matt George, Cameron King, Nick Balm, Zachary Nemetz, Jason Salter, and Andrew Clark. Your top 10 just over the page as well, Devin Ferguson and Tyler Clement for the 11th and 12th drivers. We'll take a quick break here on Ultimate Dirt TV. And come back with your main event on the other side of this. 50 laps around the corner. You're watching round number 3 of the Plumwild Podcast, Super Late Models, presented by Northwest Racing Association.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racing enthusiasts all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. The car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and racing teams. Our skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly racing series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 200,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Participate in solo races, championship seasons, and hosted and league events with AI Racing. With a rapidly expanding catalog of 70-plus cars and 85-plus tracks from real-world racing series, test your abilities with challenging computer-based competition. Additional partners include IMSA, the World of Outlaws, and Supercars, allowing members to participate in their very own Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, Sebring 12-Hour, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
All right, we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV, coverage of the Plumwild Podcast, Super Late Models, presented by Northwest Racing Association. round number 3 here at the Knoxville Raceway. It's main event time here as we get ready for 50 laps on the board. 24 drivers getting ready to tackle this half a mile known as the sprint car capital of the world. Let's take a look at your starting lineup. And no, that's not exactly what happened. I can show you a replay afterwards if you like. But Chase Hardy lines up the 116 from pole position to the outside of the front row. Chase Barber lines up at a position number 2. Position number 3 in car number 48, that'll be Dylan Yeager from 4, the 327 of Hayden Tollefson. For position number 5, it's the 33 car of Jaden Anderson. Connor New lines up the 10 from position number 6. Richard, I suggest you check out our YouTube video. It's a lot clearer. From position number 7, it's car number 50 of Joe Cease. From 8, it's the Zero Machine of Damien Kiefer. From position number 9, the 5 of Nathan Waddell. From 10, it's car 7 of Bob Klein. From 11, in car 55, Cruz Cordell. Out of 12, the 82 of Desmond Busby. From 13, the 2 of Austin Holder. From 14, the 09 of Tanner Tomasi. From position number 15, the 157 of Caleb Durgan. From 16, the car number 46 of Diesel Jones. From position number 17, car 21 of Lyndon Whitfield. From 18, it's car number 12, it's Colton Herbert. From position number 19, it's car number 20 of Colton Zimmer. From 20th, it's the 32 of Christopher Joy. From position number 21, car number 23 of Thomas Vickers. From 22nd, it's car number 2 of Chance Carr. From position number 23, Tristan Laudersua. And from position number 24, car number 18, Cameron Kaysen. Your Plumwild podcast main event for the Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. Who will it be? It's time we find a winner here at the Knoxville Raceway, the sprint car capital of the world, as the 850 horsepower Super Late Models take to the racetrack. As they work down into turn number 3, they'll find their way off corner number 4. Who do you think is going to victory lane? It's a pair of chasers on the front row. It's time we go racing. Round number 3 in the Plumwild podcast Super Late Model main event, and it's going to be Chase Hardy. Yeager going to force the issue on the inside there in car number 23. That is Chase Barber. Connor New looking to the outside of the 33 of Jaden Anderson. Meanwhile, Yeager going to find his way to position number 2. Now, apologies, I did call a track reset with my vantage point that I had at the start on that camera before we rolled to commercial. It looked like the track was fresh. I apologize on that. I can tell you that the racetrack is exactly the same as what it was after that third B main. However, they only had about 30 seconds on the racetrack during the warm-up session. Barbara checks up, Tollefson checked up. Good job by all the drivers. Damien Kiefer to the inside there. Gets past Connor New, now coming after the 32 car, the 33 car, apologies, of Jaden Anderson. Cease, Klein, Durgan, Holder, Busby, Tomasi, Whitfield, all battling 3 wide. 2 lots of 3 wides right there. Right in the middle of this pack, and a good battle going on right there. As they work to the bottom, they work 3/4 of the way up the racetrack. The 12 car getting turned around. Colton Herbert will go yellow. Herbert in the 12 around. Just caught the inside berm. Caught the berm, slid up in front of the 46 car, Diesel Jones. It is on board with Colton Herbert. Jones getting out of the throttle, so on board right now. Getting him back out of it. By the way, Diesel Jones has just been sent to the end of the line. So race control. Handing out the penalty to the number 46 machine. So lights are still on. Again, if you're not liking the quality on Facebook, you can check out our Twitch channel or on YouTube. Looks like we are ready for a restart here in a main competition. Chase Hardy, pole position. Dylan Yeager, outside front row. Tolleson alongside Barbara. In that second row, back to green we go. And your main event is back underway. And Hardy, again, he'll dive it down to the inside, but right through the middle goes the 48 car of Dylan Yeager. You've got to have a new race leader out on turn number 2. You do. Yeager, can he hold on to the race lead? But here comes Chase Hardy back to the inside. They drag race to the start-finish line, and Dylan Yeager's got to be half a car length. That's bigger for yellow, comes out. Barbara finds himself in third position, but still watching this battle on between Chase Hardy, Dylan Yeager. Hardy again, just going to move up a lane, leave the inside open just for a little bit, just for a split second there. As Chase Barbara thought about diving down to the inside, and now Chase Hardy's going to lead that lap. 3 wide for the race lead, and Chase Barbara goes from third to first. 3 wide as they work down the back straight away. Barbara, Hardy, and Yeager. Kiefer watching this 3 wide battle unfold just in front of his very eyeballs as now he looks to make it 2 by 2. Who's it going to be? Chase Hardy still leads from Chase Barbara, 3 wide. Hardy's on the outside and he's not even mid-track right now. Yeager backed out of it. Kiefer moves on by. Kiefer has picked up about 3 or 4 positions now since the last restart, and now to the inside of Hardy he goes. Hardy. Oh, problems for the 116 machine. Not sure what happened to the 116. The car just jerked hard left and then right. I hope he hasn't lost any force feedback or anything, because the 116 machine, he is done for. He's pulled the trigger and he's called it quits. So problems for Chase Hardy, and the 116 will go yellow. Jaden Anderson slowing there on the front straightaway. There is the 33 machine. Let's have a look at what happened. A little helping hand there from Colton Zimmer, maybe. Yes. So on board, Colton Zimmer. Get a real good sense of how these cars are trying to get around. It's half a mile. So boy, these restarts, they are very crucial, especially for the cars on the outside. So we'll have 10 down at the next restart, at the resumption of the race. 10 down, 40 to go. So I believe the lights are still on the iRacing.com safety truck. Oh no, they're off. We're going racing. Chase Barbara, Damien Kiefer. As we work 10 down, 40 to run. Yeager with a good start there from the inside of the second row, but Barbara going to immediately shut the door down into turn number 1, but Yeager comes after Kiefer now through 1 and 2. Kiefer with the run on the outside. It's going to be Yeager moving back to position number 2. How about Connor New? Has found his way to position number 4. Cruz Cordell in position number 5, going to battle it out with the 327 car of Hayden Tolleson. Kiefer's got back behind Dylan Yeager through turn number 1 and 2, and Yeager again trying to set his sights on the top 3 finishing positions, looking for points. It's Chase Barbara leading the way. 12 down, 38 to go. We see Connor New going upstairs into turn number 1 and 2, leaving that entire inside line way open for Cruz Cordell, Hayden Tolleson and Austin Holder in car number 2. Bob Klein inside the top 10. Hell of a job by the chef for Bob Klein in that number 7 machine. Showing some real good speed and some pace as of late. Durgan. Then you go back to Waddell. Waddell to the outside of Durgan now. And these battle, there is 8th, 9th and 10th, 3 wide. Klein, Waddell and Durgan still 3 wide. Your leader is still Chase Barbara. Watching right now 8th, 9th and 10th position on screen. Waddell gets clear of the 7 car. Bob Klein and Caleb Durgan looking to do the same thing, but here comes Klein back to the outside of the 157 car down into turn number 3. Just behind them, Desmond Busby, Christopher Joy. Now they're going to go almost 3 wide. Joy, he picked up B-Main number 3. Victory started in position, I think it was 22. So now he's found his way almost inside the top 10. Joy is not your hard charger, Tristan Laudersua is. Laudersua's gone from 23rd to 14th. Joy, he's gone from 20th to 12th. That's plus 8. Again, they just keep themselves in check. Single file now watching car number 10, Connor New. Just closing in on the back. So your top 4 on screen. They just get away from the 55 car of Cruz Cordell. Another lap into the books of your main event. That is 18 down for car number 23 and Chase Barber leading the way over Damien Kiefer in the DK number 0 machine. The 48 of Jaeger for Team VLR and Majula C Speed Shop in 3rd position. He's got the CFM Esports Majula C Speed Shop 327 car of Connor New right on his rear bump as they work down into 3 and 4. Track is locked down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Is any going to be adventurous and go upstairs? They know the fastest way around here at the moment is just all around the bottom side. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you got yourself a good spot at the moment, you probably don't need to do anything silly right now. 20 down officially, with still 30 to run. Joy going to battle it out with Tanner Tomasi. That's the first battle you see that is side by side for what is positions number 12 and 13 as Tomasi's now found his way. He's using a different line. He's running the middle slider line. And it seems to be working at the moment. He's turning very similar lap times to what your leaders are on the bottom side of the raceway. Who's that upstairs? That's Nathan Waddell. In fact, he goes right through the middle. So it was only a matter of time before we started to see drivers in the looser dirt just go to the middle of the racetrack and what we call the marbles. And you can see it right where, just below where Nathan Waddell is running. Connor New opting to go upstairs. There's top 3 on screen. Now we'll show you top 4. Barbara Kiefer. Kiefer to the inside. Challenge for the race lead. To the middle goes Chase Barbara. To the low side goes Damien Kiefer. And to wherever he wants to go goes the 48 car of Dylan Yeager as he watches Kiefer and Barbara still go at it side by side. At the start-finish line this time by, we work off turn number 4. It is going to be cross flag sticks around 25 down, 25 to go, but it's not going to be shown just yet because the yellow will come out. Tanner Tomasi in that 09 machine. 3 wide with Klein in the middle. Christopher Joy on the outside. So watching above the racetrack. Again, we'll let race control deal with that situation. Tanner Tomasi picked up a win with World of Thunder Esports League on Sunday night last night. So Tomasi, unfortunately, will be out of tonight's main event. He will be 1 lap down. Colton Zimmer coming back to the pits to get some running repairs done on the 20 car. Lights are out, the field doubled up, we're ready to go. Back to green and back to the cross flag sticks. 25 down, 25 to go. Barbara has opted. Well, we're not going just yet. We're coming back on. The lights just come back on. You see the Cocky Floyd Consulting. Carnival 23 car of Chase Barbara. Lights should be out. Barbara opting to go on the outside. I believe leader has lane choice here. There he goes. He gets back on the gas. We're back underway. And right through the middle he goes. I don't want to say sleeping on the start, but I'll tell you what, Connor New. To the middle he goes into 1 and 2 to the outside of Dylan Yeager, but Yeager gets clear, and now here comes Cruz Cordell in car number 55. Cordell will find his way to position number 4 as they work off for turn number 4. Tolleson coming after the 10 car of Connor New. Here comes Nathan Waddell, Caleb Durgan, Austin Holder working their way side by side inside the top 10. Christopher Joy finds himself inside of a top 10. He finds himself in position number 10, but not for long, because there to the outside goes the 82 machine of Desmond Busby. And Busby now, he's fought his way into a top 10. These drivers are fighting hard for their positions as the track is locked down. No higher than mid-track is where everybody wants to be. Tolleson getting close to the left rear quarter panel of your 5 entry of Nathan Waddell. Waddell outside of a top 5. Connor New, speaking of some fires, there's the 55 entry of Cruz Cordell. He's got some pressure and company right now with Connor New. Having a good look up on the inside there. I agree, Aaron. I actually thought the track was actually going to get reset, but turns out it didn't, but it doesn't really matter, because these drivers are here to put on a show, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to call a great race as Chase Barbara will lead 30 down, 20 laps to go there at the start-finish line. Damien Kiefer, the other man behind the Plumwild podcast. I don't want to say the better-looking guy, but he's certainly not. Connor New putting the moves out on Cruz Cordell down into turn number 3, up for turn number 4. Kiefer again showing he's got some speed right now in that 0DK machine, but again it's all Chase Barbara, who has not had it all his own way. He's had some company with some other drivers around him this entire race, and you can see it's only a 1/10 of a second and 3/10 of a second just separating your top 3. That just goes to show you how close these guys up front are right now. Yeager trying to get a run there on Damien Kiefer. He had to check up and just lost a little bit of speed down into turn number 3, and again that will bring in Connor New in car number 10. Meanwhile, Waddell trying to go to the inside of Cruz Cordell off turn number 4. Lockdown right through the middle of the raceway we go. Coming to 16 laps remaining at the start-finish line for the driver of the number 23 machine of Chase Barbara. Damien Kiefer still sitting in second position. Dylan Yeager third. Yeager goes to the inside of Kiefer through turn number 1, up for turn number 2. Still half for car length separating the pair, but Damien Kiefer gets clear of the 48 of Yeager. New, Waddell, Cordell. Cordell coming after Connor New right now. Thought it may have had something for him then off turn number 4, but turns out not quite just yet. Cruz Cordell just rolling the bottom side. Everybody else just sort of rolling a lane higher as there's 15 to run. They'll make it 14 as they go past the start-finish line. Nathan Waddell in that number 5 machine. Now looking back to get by Cruz Cordell. Hayden Tolleson in 7th position behind Waddell and Cordell. Cordell, Waddell. Different line there being utilised off turn number 4 there by Chase Barbara. He was all the way to the bottom side. Out of the top 3 cars. Dylan Yeager was the quickest with an 18.417, an 18.430 for Damien Kiefer, and an 18.480 for Chase Barbara. Kiefer and Yeager side by side. Yeager's got it for the moment, but Kiefer comes back at him. And again, just as these two guys battle it out for the minor placings, they just let Jelita get away. A lap away from 10 to run, with 39.5 laps completed here in the main event. The Plumwild Podcast, Super Late Models, presented by Northwest Racing Association. We'll see 10 laps left to go at the start-finish line. Can Chase Barbara hold on for a victory here at the Knoxville Raceway? There's your top 5 on screen. Barbara, Kiefer, Yeager, New, and Cruz Cordell. Go back to Nathan Waddell in 6, Hayden Tolleson, Austin Holder, Caleb Durgan, and Desmond Busby make up your top 10 drivers. Christopher Joy, Chance Carr, Jaden Anderson, Lyndon Whitfield, Colton Zimmer, your top 15, Bob Klein, Cameron Case, and Tristan Laudersua, Joe Cease, Thomas Vickers, your top 20, Colton Herbert, 9 back in the pits, 9 laps down, 10 at Tomasi out, Diesel Jones out, Chase Hardy out as well. So still 20 cars on the racetrack. Connor New, Cruz Cordell there just to the right of your screen, battling for 4th and 5th position. We are less than a heat race distance away. There'll be 7 to run at the start-finish line. Chase Barbara in car number 23. Still the race leader from Damien Kiefer. I'm sure Kiefer would love to pick up a victory here in the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Model main event presented by Northwest Racing Association for round number 3. Kiefer, a little bit of a bump into the back of the 23 car. We'll see 6 to run. And now here comes Dylan Yeager, who's been holding on to their stuff for the most part of this feature event. It's go time, the go button, and the switch has been ignited. The switch has been flicked, and we're on. Cruz Cordell to the inside of Connor New. Nathan Waddell all over the back of Cruz Cordell. 5 to run as they work through turn number 1 and 2 past the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. They'll see 4 to run. New now opens up the door for Cruz Cordell off turn number 4, but it's still Connor New to position number 4. Nathan Waddell trying a different line, trying to get the cushion off turn number 2. He had to try something different, everybody just not giving an inch, everybody just falling in line on the bottom side of the racetrack. Nathan Waddell, he can pretty much kiss the top 5 chances goodbye, as he made a huge mistake in 3 and 4. He'll go back to the caution in the middle of turn number 1 and 2. 2 laps to run for Chase Barbara. Damien Kiefer's there. Does he use the old front bumper? Does he use the front bumper to get by the 23 and pick up a victory? I'm going to say no. I think Kiefer wants to win this one clean. But we're not going to find out just yet. We go yellow as we were coming into 3 and 4 with just 2 to run. This could be Bob Klein. It was Bob Klein in car number 7. I think Whitfield got him. It was Lyndon Whitfield, just gets into the back of the 7 machine, hooks the rear bumper. And the 7 car 360 goes around. Will go yellow. And Lyndon Whitfield, you just see just there, pulling up behind the back of the 7 car. He knows he was at fault. So Lyndon Whitfield will go to the back of the bus. And now that the field is set, hopefully we're able to take the laps away, because we have just 2 laps left to run. Who will take out the main event? Chase Barbara, Damien Kiefer. Then you go back to the 48 car of Dylan Yeager. Time will tell. Lights are out. 2 to go. Barbara, Kiefer, Yeager, New, Cordell. Green flag is out. We're back underway. The main event. And Chase Barbara got an absolute blinder of a start. in the restart, and you would pretty much think that it is all done and dusted, but it's going to be the battle on for the minor placings as Dylan Yeager swoops on by. He'll move into position number 2, and Damien Kiefer's got some problems. Those tyres are absolutely shot in the shorts. White flag is out as Connor New moves to position number 3. 1 lap left to go for Chase Barbara, Dylan Yeager, Connor New, back straight away for the final time. The Plumwild Podcast Super Late Model Main Event presented by Northwest Racing Association has been run and won, and Dylan Yeager is not going to have enough. It's going to be Chase Barbara who will get the victory here tonight. Chase Barbara will win tonight's 3rd round of the series ahead of Dylan Yeager. Connor New home in 3rd. 4th will go to Damien Kiefer. Cruz Cordell makes up your top 5. Let's look at those official results. It is official. Chase Barbara with the win over Dylan Yeager, and Connor New. We'll chat to those 3 drivers post-race here in just a few moments' time. Damien Kiefer, Cruz Cordell home in 4th and 5th. Nathan Waddell 6th. Hayden Tolleson 7th. 8th was Austin Holder. Caleb Durgan wraps up 9th place, and Desmond Busby rounds out the top 10. We'll go over the page. 11th through to 20th will look like this. 11th is Christopher Joy. 12th is Chance Carr. 13th was Colton Zimmer. 14th, Cameron Kaysen. 15th is Jaden Anderson. Joe Cease home in 16th. 17th was Tristan Laudasua. Lyndon Whitfield in 18th. 19th goes to Bob Klein. 20th went to Thomas Vickers, and the last car on the lead lap. Then, of course, we go to the drivers that finished back in the pits. Colton Herbert in 21st, Tanner Tomasi 22nd, Chase Hardy 23rd, and Diesel Jones in position number 24. Top 3 are ready to go trackside here in just a few moments' time. We will chat to your top 3. But after 50 laps on the board, we chat to the man that comes home 3rd place tonight. It's the 10 car of Connor New. Connor, congratulations on the 3rd place finish. And well, it took you a little bit to get to the front, but boy, I tell you what, the track was pretty much locked down. A late restart helped you get to a podium. You're happy with the finish.
Yeah, I'm really happy with 3rd. I don't know, that the track was so rubbered up and it was so hard to pass, and we somehow got up there, and I'll take 3rd. I mean, we're points racing, and I think I should be at 2nd or 3rd in points after tonight. So we're really happy with that.
How tough was it to make those passes? As you said, that the track was pretty much locked down, rubbered up down to the bottom side. Late in that race, people just started to use just below the marbles, just to lane up to where most people have been running for most of the night. How tough is it to make those passes, without having to rough someone up and wreck someone to get that spot?
Well, without roughing somebody up, it's basically impossible. I think we slipped by Kiefer there at the end. I think he had a tire. Something happened with his tire, I think, because, I don't know, he just went off into 1 and 2, and his car just snapped and just got tight and missed the rubber or what it was. But I don't know, we somehow got around them and finished 3rd.
Kind of well done on a 3rd place finish here tonight at the Knoxville Raceway. The Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. We'll let you think everybody involved on this 10 car that made this possible for you.
I gotta thank Evan, Blake, Chris, everybody at Majority Speed Shop. This thing was fast all night. Sweet Victory Apparel, Tag 3 Defense, Gage Stevens Designs, WR1 Sim Chassis, CI Performance, Spartan Transportation, Eddie for putting this league on, and you guys for broadcasting.
Connor New, ladies and gentlemen, home in 3rd place. We'll chat to the man that comes home in the runner-up spot. And well, a track that probably suited his driving style all around the bottom. The gutter rat himself, Dylan Yeager. Dylan's 2nd spot here tonight. You had the lead, you gave it up. You sat in 2nd for most of the race after what has been 50 laps. A rubbered up racetrack. I guess, are you happy? No, he doesn't want to talk to us. But I asked that question again, Dylan. A rubbered up racetrack, but the gutter rat himself, 2nd spot after a very tough and difficult racetrack. Are you happy with the end result?
Yeah, for the racetrack. I mean, it was just kind of following Kiefer and Barbara and hoping that maybe they would get together or something. And luckily they're on the last restart. I was told that Kiefer's right rear was basically gone, and that's why that happened to him, but got lucky enough to get a spot there. So as I say in all these, we're point racing. It's fine. I mean, obviously I want to win, and I'm really frustrated because I've been running really good lately, and I just can't get a win. But hey, a 2nd place is good. We're going to, continue to pull away in the points race, and we'll just try and keep it going for the rest of the season.
other than the obvious answer, I'm gonna eliminate the obvious answer. Other than passing the most cars, finishing ahead of everybody, what's it going to take for you to finally put a night together and come away victorious in a main event?
Just kind of get the kind of racetrack that I wanted. I mean, tonight was good. I thought I would have had a Hardy there on one of the restarts. I don't really know what happened there. I think he kind of booted me out of the way, and then I kind of fell back from there. But I think that was my biggest chance to probably win a race so far this season, was to get around him. And I mean, this track's so locked down. It's even harder to move somebody here than it is at, say, Lanier, like it was last week. So I mean, you could really see with Barber there. I mean, every time he'd get a little bit of a gap, Kiefer would close right up on him, and he just couldn't do anything. So it's just a matter of getting the right track and a place that I like, and hopefully we can get a win this season. That would be very refreshing and nice.
Coming into the night, you were 13 points ahead of Nathan Waddell. Waddell finishes 6th. You had 28 points on Busby. Barbara, who was 8th in the point standings, you pretty much extend the points lead. There's still a number of weeks to come. I mean, what's it going to take for you to come away with a championship at the back end of this season?
Just consistency. You know, the top threes are great. That'll win me the championship as long as I can finish in the top 3 every week. Wins are great, but top 3s, top 5s win you championships, and that's what I'm going for. That's been my motto so far in Wotel and this league, is just keep finishing up front, stay out of trouble, and end up with some money at the end of the season. That's the goal.
Dylan, well done on the runner-up finish here yet again with the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. Round number 3 in Knoxville is done for you. We'll see you back next week. But before we let you go and celebrate the points lead yet again and celebrate the second place, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 48 car.
Yeah, I got to thank everybody at Majula C Speed Shop and Team CFM. Awesome community we got. Got to thank John Darby for doing all my wraps. Got to thank you for the broadcast, and Eddie for putting the league on.
Dylan, well done on third. We'll see you back next week. Round number 4, mate. Well done.
Thanks, Brett.
Dylan Yeager, your driver that comes home in the runner-up position here tonight. Home in first place tonight, driving car number 23. It is Chase Barbara. Chase, congratulations on the victory. And, well, that was a race that was well earned. It was very tough to hit the bottom side consistently, lap after lap, especially for 50-odd laps. But at the end of it, after it was all said and done, you're victorious in round number 3.
Yeah, we were pretty good tonight. I knew we were going to get one of these races eventually. We just had to keep trying. We weren't good in the first week. We were good last week. I knew Knoxville, one of my best tracks, so tested a little bit and got it done. I think the guys behind me were probably better in the slick, but I mean, it's extremely rubbered up and not really anywhere you go. So I just drove around, and it's just slick roll. It's like Sunday drive out there, but if you gripped up, you're just so much faster. But I mean, we got the win, and that's all that matters, so I mean, we'll take it. I'm really happy with it.
On the last restart, Kiefer's tyres were absolute god. I mean, at the end of this one, what was your tyres like, after 50 laps, running the bottom side?
They were pretty burnt up, but I don't know if he blew a tire or what happened, but I mean, it was crazy. He just shot all the way up the track, but I mean, the rubber eats the tires up more than the normal dirt does. So when it's the hard pan and it's real slick like that, with the hard pan on this game, it just kills your tires. And we were just getting faster and faster because the track was just so rubber down. But I don't know. I feel like that's how all the racing is nowadays, and we kind of downgraded from what we used to have. I mean, I feel like on the older builds, you had multi-groove racing everywhere. You could sling some big sliders, and I mean, it's just not like that anymore. Shit's evolved.
Chase, we go from Knoxville tonight. Next week, we go to the Fairbury American Legion Speedway for what is going to be 50 laps on the board of the land of the Lincoln 50. I mean, you got some good momentum heading into next week. What do you think of Fairbury?
I love Fairbury. It's one of my favorite tracks. Just hopefully we get a reset in before the feature, and we can move around and race all over the place. I don't know. Just hope to have another good points night. Maybe take the points lead in this thing. See what we can do.
Oh, you're 8th coming into tonight. No doubt that's going to elevate you hopefully into a top 5. We'll have to wait and see how it all unfolds. But Chase, well done on the win here tonight. We'll let you go and celebrate with the team. But before we let you go, of course, a lot of good people behind the scenes, a lot of great sponsors on this 23 car. We'll let you thank everybody involved on this car.
I'd like to thank Speed Ranch, Cocky Floyd Consulting, Dirty South Speed Shop, Tanner Tomasi for helping me out with everything setup wise, JC Floyd as well, Lucas Rourke for spotting me, and you for calling a great race, and NWR for putting it on. We couldn't do it without you.
Chase, well done on the win. We'll see you back next week, buddy. Well done.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Chase Barber, your winner here tonight from the Knoxville Raceway for round number 3 of the Plumwild podcast, Super Late Models, presented by Northwest Racing Association. Next week, like I said, we head to the Fairbury American Legion Speedway for the Land of Lincoln 50 laps on tap for next week's 4th round of the series. Don't forget, Northwest Racing Association not done with this week. Plenty of action live on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night. Tomorrow Tuesday night for what is week number 3. It's the Steel City Clash of the Lernerville Speedway in the Dergy Dig Performance Big Block Modified Series. Live with Joe White from 10 o'clock Eastern, live on OSRN, OSR Network, and catch all that action before we come back on Wednesday night with the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models at 11 o'clock Eastern. Again, live back here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll be headed to the Illinois Bash at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway for 50 laps. And then, of course, to round out the week with the Northwest Racing Association, it's the Pure Stock Street Stock schedules. They will head to the Northern States Showdown 40-lapper Cedar Lake Speedway for their 3rd round of the series. And again, 10 o'clock Eastern, Thursday nights, live with Joe White, OSRN, OSR Network. He does a phenomenal job, so make sure you check out Joe White at OSRN and make sure you support the Northwest Racing Association. But for that tier being said, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, we say farewell, good night. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Eastern, World of Thunder Esports League Dirt Street Stocks are back in action tomorrow night from, I believe, the Kern County Raceway Park. Looking forward to that one. Free entry for the first and fixed setup league at 7 o'clock Eastern. Then, of course, the $20 entry fee for the second one at 9 o'clock, where that will have a payout. And again, all races live here on Ultimate Dirt TV. But we'll now step aside and say good night. Until next time, guys, we'll see you back on Wednesday night with the Northwest Racing Association. But for everybody watching here on Ultimate Dirt TV, we'll see you guys back tomorrow night. Good night, everyone.